Kyle Tianshi was named a top 30 national finalist in the Broadcom Masters. It's a national middle school science competition. He's joining us today to tell all about his invention called Clear Water Innovation. Kyle, welcome this morning.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming in here. Now, explain this. I want to let's start with this, okay? You designed a detector that uses laser microscopy to effectively quantify the microscopic particles in low concentrations, right? Mm-hmm. You're 13. I was 13, I had a paper route. How'd you come up with this?
Yeah, so the plastic contamination in oceans is becoming a massive problem. By 2050, there's going to be more plastic in the ocean than fish by weight. But this also affects our everyday lives. 83% of bottled water contains microplastics, which are very tiny pieces of plastic that have eroded off from bigger pieces. So I designed this detector here. This is just a mock-up, which uses laser and image processing, and it can effectively detect particles that are very small and in low concentrations.
And how did you figure this out, Kyle?
So I was inspired by my childhood camping nights where I ran around in the night with a flashlight. Mm-hmm. And I noticed that inside of the flashlight's beam, there were a lot of particles floating around inside. Right. So I applied the same concept here where the laser reflects off of particles inside of the water and it illuminates them and makes it easier to see.
That is very impressive. Now that's a mock-up. Is there a practical application that you've put this to work yet?
Not yet. I'm hoping to develop this into a real product because this is just made out of Legos. So hopefully in the future I can make this a real product.
Okay, now talk to us about the Broadcom Masters, because this is very impressive what you've accomplished.
Yeah, so the Broadcom Masters is the biggest middle school science competition. I was selected as one of the top 30 people to go on an all-paid trip to Washington, D.C., and I did so many cool things there. I presented my invention to a panel of judges. I competed in many science-related challenges as a team with some other top 30 finalists, and I had breakfast with 2 Nobel laureates. And the coolest part was that I got to meet Scott Peters, our congressman, in his office.
That's very cool. Now, back up, because you said the top 30, you're in the top 30, but how many kids were there?
So in total, there's about 80,000 kids.
80,000, and you made it in the top 30. That's pretty impressive. So what is the next step for you when it comes to the practical application of your invention?
Yeah, so I really want to commercialize this into a real product because it's only made out of a bunch of random parts right now.
Sure.
And currently it costs about $30 when buying individual parts from Amazon. Mm-hmm. But I hope to reduce the price down to as low as $15 or $10 if it's mass produced.
So are you talking with manufacturers right now?
Not yet, but that's something that I hope to do soon.
Okay, so that's the next step. Mm-hmm. So once this thing is made, you're going to come back and see us when you have a real one, right? I mean, it's a great invention, and it's really going to help our environment a lot, and that's what it's all about to you, huh? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, Kyle. Well, that's great. You came up with something and I think it's amazing that just from being a kid running around with a flashlight, you figured out something that could help really help the planet and the environment. Good for you, Kyle. Great to meet you, man. Come see us again.